What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers who have come by to my channel, man. It's truly, truly appreciated, right? But let's get right into it. It's off season for Big Blue, but that doesn't mean moves aren't being made. As you guys know, the combine is going on this week, where you have draft picks and players from colleges just going up there and showing their skill set to help raise their draft stock. With their 40 times and their strength and the bench press and the vertical jump, all that stuff. While all that stuff is going up there, the Giant scouts and, of course, the GM and the head coach is up there, and they're in talks, right? And Joe Schoen has made it clear, the Giants' new GM, that no one is off the table. Everybody's on the table that could be traded, right? So, the one person he did state that wasn't on the table was Kadarius Toney. He has a very high upside. I thought he played well last year. He had injuries issues last year. He's the same problem he had at Florida when he was there, but he had a pretty impressive rookie season. So he's definitely off the table, Joe Schoen has said. But people who've been in big talks has been Saquon Barkley, right? So they've been talking about possibly trading him. He's on the table, but I'm surprised by that because, with Joe Schoen releasing recently this past couple of weeks, they released Kyle Rudolph, and they released Devin Booker. Devin Booker was a good backup for Saquon Barkley, right? He rushed for over 500 yards last year. I thought he was one of the key, pieces last year, positive pieces you could take out of the season, right, and how he played. But they let him go. So if they let him go, what does the running back room look like now, right? So I would be surprised if they would move Saquon Barkley. But, hey, listen, if, there's a good deal on the table, you got to take it. But, it's looking more likely, based on Ian Rappaport from ESPN, that the Giants are going to keep him because there's really no deals on the table that look good because, Saquon's coming off an ACL injury, then an ankle injury. He's struggling with, injuries all through his career so far. One half of his career was good. Second half, he struggled with big-time injuries. So, he doesn't look good. His trade value doesn't really look good right now. So it makes more sense for the Giants to keep him, which I think the Giants should. I think he's a valuable piece, and I think that coming off of ACL, like I've always said, you need a good 2 years to really fully recover. So believe it or not, the Giants tighten up their offensive line. I think you're going to see a better, improved, and motivated, right, Saquon Barkley, because he wants to prove the haters wrong, that he is still a legit back in this league, and I think he's going to have a big season. If the Giants get better with the O-line, I think they're going to have a big season. Another thing that was talked about was certain players taking pay cuts. One of the big names was Sterling Shepard. He had an Achilles injury this year. So he's willing to take a pay cut. Also, too, Blake Martinez, who's coming off an ACL, and James Bradbury. Those three guys. Sterling Shepard has mentioned that he is open to it. But at the same time, we got to think about the price, right? What are we willing to do, right? Well, how much is he willing to take, right? You don't want to go too low because then he's going to hit the market and we're going to possibly lose him. But, that leaves the Giants open if they lose him or if they let him go, or if he takes a pay cut, whatever works out, they're open. They're open and interested in looking at some wide receivers in the draft. And that leads me to who I think they should take with their second pick in the first round. I love Drake London out of USC. He's a big-time offensive receiver. He's coming off of a broken ankle while he was at USC, but I think, he's fully recovered. I know he's going to run during the pro day at USC. He's not going to run in the combine this week. Just wants to recover, but I think he's going to be ready to go at the USC pro day to showcase his skills. But he was easily the best receiver in college football last year. He's about 6'5", also a basketball player, very athletic. He can go up and go get it if you throw it high. And, having a big-time receiver is always the quarterback's best friend. Just look at over there in Cincinnati with the Bengals, right? They drafted a wide receiver. Even though they needed, linemen, they drafted a wide receiver for Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and they took him to the Super Bowl, right? So, all those things. They also got Stephon Diggs in there in Buffalo to help out Josh Allen over there, and that's what helped them, right? So, having a top-tier wide receiver is always a quarterback's best friend, right? Cooper Kupp over there, with the Rams. So, listen, man, look. That's what you need. And I think if you get a piece like that for Daniel Jones, I think that could help him, right? Help him with his development. But the first pick should be O-line. O-line. That should be the first pick. And then that pick right after that, I think you need to steal and snatch up Drake London if he's still there. A lot of people are talking about Kayvon Thibodeau. I don't think we need defense. Defense is solid last year for us. So I think we really need to focus on getting a young, athletic wide receiver to go with Daniel Jones and pretty much getting an O-lineman as well. You build that, I think that's something good looking for the future. But, the Giants are looking to free agency too, man. There's a lot of free agents out there. And they're looking to pretty much, just build their team from that as well. So it's a lot of moving parts going on that the Giants are making, but I like it. I like what Joe Schoen is doing. He's shaking up the coop a bit, right? Just letting people know, like, listen, we're willing to do whatever we can to get this organization back to where they used to be, winning Super Bowls and winning the NFC East. All right? But listen, that's my show. I'm LV Live. I appreciate you guys coming by. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. All right? Also, too, please hit that bell icon to get all notifications on all my new shows. All right? I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out. Peace.